Hey everybody, welcome to another SciCraft episode. So today I want to continue to work on a double witcher perimeter that was built in the 36-hour livestream. There's already some finished business, so I ran the machine that filled up the last 40 slices of water with stone. So we built this in the episode before the last one. I was sitting AFK in there, placing a lava block every minute or so, and the lava spread over the whole machine and converted the water into smooth stone by placing lava on top. So it crashed against the wall because it was just AFKing overnight, and as you can see, the job is now completely done. The project I want to work on in this episode will be the stone generator and floor builder for the center chunks. So I showed this in the episode before the last one. By filling in the first subjob completely with solid blocks and then putting a layer of slime on top of it at Y15, we can reduce the lag that is caused by the spawning algorithm tremendously. And this is really required since we plan to have about 5 or 6 perimeters like this one, and if we want to run them all at the same time, we have to do this. Alright, so I don't need to fill in the complete first subchunk with stone. It's enough if I fill in 17 by 17 chunks around the center chunk with stone. Alright, the plan is to make either cobblestone or smooth stone generator, and then just some flying machines that would bring the stones in the correct position. So the whole process should be fully automated. Alright, I would say we head over to Creative World and make a mock-up of the design I want to use. Mock-up of what I want to do. We will have a smooth stone or cobblestone generator on one side. Still have to decide which one to use. I guess smooth stone would look a bit better. Maybe let's go for that. So complete array, 272 blocks wide. Then we somehow push the blocks up in front of a flying machine, which pushes the stone over until we have 12 stone in front of the machine, so something like this. And then the flying machine would fly over, bring the stone to the other side, and then the self-return again. So basically what we did with the Guardian farm perimeter floor. Alright, then once the machine has returned, we push in the next 12 stone in front of it and so on, and do this until the complete area is filled up. And then we send in another flying machine. So everything is filled up with stone here, and then we just push it down a block. So then all the stone is one block lower. And then we bring over the new stone and send over the two-way flying machine again, just to fill it up again. Right, we do this in total 9 times, and we should have the complete volume filled with stone in the first subchunk. So the first thing we need is a good tileable stone generator. I built up a quite simple model here. It works like this. First we have to suck in the lava with a dispenser and bucket. A reason is otherwise it could happen that lava flows faster than the water at the bottom, which would break the machine. So this is one problem. We still have a 1.12. If a random tick selects the lava block, then it flows faster. This is actually fixed in 1.13, but we're still playing 1.12, so we still need to do the extra measure here with the dispensers. Then we can just pull the blocks out, push them up with normal pistons, and then we can activate the flying machine, or the observer that we need for the flying machine anyway, in order to push them out, and then we get 12 in a row, and then we launch the flying machine. Okay, now we have an issue with the flying machine because this is not tileable. We need to place a piston for every, we need to place a slime block for every single piston, and obviously this is not tileable. You would go above the push limit, so we need to come up with something. First I thought we could maybe just place the slime blocks here in the back, but this has the problem that it would pick up the stone here. Another option is to make a machine with an offset, which is a bit ugly, because we also get an offset pattern here with the stone, and we actually want to have make a flat cube of stone. So this is probably the option I'm gonna go with if everything else fails, but I'm gonna try to make a smooth stone generator which is flat and also deals with that issue. We could maybe use something like this, a double piston extender. So let's go through the sequence. We would activate the dispensers again. Then we would push out the stone with the double piston extender. Like this. And then it's directly in front of the flying machine. And this could actually now fly above the dispenser. The dispenser is a Thailand tea, so it won't be picked up. Yeah, this actually is looking quite good. Yeah. The only issue I'm seeing is if the flying machine flies above the dispenser. Maybe put the observer here in the back. It would actually activate the dispenser, but since it activates the dispenser also on the way back, this might work. Right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to build that up large scale. It just occurred to me that there's another issue. The stone we want to deposit here would also be picked up by the slime blocks of this flying machine. So we could go back to the offset system, or we try to make it work somehow. And I really want to make this work now with the flat wall. So the pusher here, the also flying machine, goes back and forth, pushes it down. Could maybe also push down twice. That would prevent this issue. So just move it one lower. But not sure yet how to do it. So either we make some kind of a two-way double piston extender system, or we try to push down the sweeper here on the other end and fly it over on the other side, push it down once more, and at the first station we push it up again. This would probably be simpler than a double piston extender. Right, I think I'm gonna try to work on the sweeper next that pushes everything down. So I came up with a concept for the sweepers. The idea is that we have a flying machine that pushes down the stone once, and at the end we push it down again and flies back, and it's getting pushed up here again. Right, so it's in total 4 wide, and it probably build it with an offset. Here's the next one. Here the offset really doesn't matter since you don't place any blocks, just need to fly over the area. And yeah, let's launch it. So I was hoping I could make it 5 wide, but in order to push this part down, we can't make it 5 wide since we would exceed the push limit. Alright, let's check it out. Here you can launch it, then stone gets pushed down. Then here we stop the flying machine, and then we just need to power this here. And this part gets pushed down first, and a little bit later we push down this part. Okay, launches again, and pushes the stone down once more. Then we arrive on this side. Here we need to add a non-mover block below this piston, and then we just have to push it up again. First this one, a little bit later this one here, and then you can launch it again for the next layer of stone. Right, yeah, I think I'm gonna try to automate this so we don't need to activate this manually. Maybe attach some kind of an observer here that triggers that, and I'm gonna try to also start make it tileable. I added a bit of redstone here and there in order to automate the process. Now the machine is automatically getting pushed down and also back up. So here we just activate this piston with the sand block. Here it's getting pushed up. Let's see it again. Oh, that's just a ghost block. Alright. And here we push it up. Not sure if this is the best way to do it. Can probably improve it if you spend more hours in it. But yeah, actually content with this one. Right, now let's see if it's tileable. I'm gonna get a structure block and then clone it over. So we get the structure blocks. Let's load them back in. Oh, it's launching automatically. Is this a carpet feature we could disable? Fill updates, set it true, let's set it to false, and try again. Okay, much better. Alright, so we still have the blocks in front. Let's just block those machines. Definitely need to activate both at the same time. Guess I'm just gonna use a redstone line in order to activate it. Right. Activated the button press. Alright, let's check it out. Almost. Something at the bottom prevents it from being pushed up. What happened there? Oh! I forgot to include the non-movable block in the structure. So there's supposed to be an obsidian, and then it should also work the next time. Right, one more try. Alright, so we actually have the first part ready. Now I need to work on the the stone generator array again. I had some help from Methods, Enemy Friend, and Too Known to Name, and we came up with a few ideas how to wire up the stone generator array. So this was Methods design. I think that's also the one probably gonna go with. So it works fine. Lava is sucked in before the double piston extender pushes the stone block out, and then it dispenses it again. So it works as intended. Then I also made a version which is slightly smaller, but yeah, it works a bit derpy. So just take a look at this. Yeah, works, but it's not pretty. So probably I'm gonna go for Methods design. Alright, I think I'm gonna head to a single player world, since I probably will need MC edit to build a huge array. It's always easier to do it with just cloning and structure blocks. So I switched to the single player world, made a little bit of progress. I also built up the flying machine in the back. So we can activate the stone generator with a array line here. Probably just gonna use an instant repeater line later. Alright. And our next step is we need to activate those pistons somehow. So I was thinking we could maybe trigger those observers here directly. But it's a bit tricky because if you would use a piston, for example, that we power, then it would be picked up by the slime blocks again, and I kind of don't want to use a double piston extender. So maybe we could use another piston, a sticky piston with observer in front, which just push down. So this would definitely work. Another alternative. Or we actually power those terracotta blocks below with repeaters, and then have some observers in the back, and then an instant repeater line again. Actually not quite sure what to do. So actually I was favoring this solution first. That's why I also made the actual flying machine this flat, so it doesn't pick up those observers. But now that I think about it, it's probably easier to just use the repeaters at the bottom, then add another observer in the back, and then the instant repeater array line. I think I'm gonna go for that. Also, what I had to do in order to make the machine snow layer proof, in cold biomes, a snow layer could activate an observer. So I can't just place the observer at the top. This could mess with the whole thing if a snow layer forms on top of it. Because that would have been quite easy, just activating with a piston, or even a trapdoor would work. But unfortunately, I want to make it snow layer proof, so in case you want to build it on your own, then you can do it in every biome. Alright, let's haven't tested this yet. Let's maybe launch it. Just need to activate those. And let's not worry about that stone. I actually made it 9 wide. But it's gonna be tiled every 8 blocks. Alright, can launch it here. This looks good. Should be stopped. Self-returning engine. And there we go. Also the dispensers got activated twice, now the lava is dispensed again. Awesome. I made up my mind. I'm gonna use the repeaters powering terracotta in order to push out the stone. And this enabled me to get rid of the sticky piston and observer on top, which in turn enabled me to rebuild the flying machine a little bit, which was better for the push limit. Because there's a second issue, again with the snow layers. So if we would have the stone in front, then a snow layer could actually form, updating this observer again. Also on the other side here, already put the observers in the back, which is possible. Here it's not so easy, since I need the slime block here in the back. And unfortunately, there's not much I could do. I could maybe try to have a downwards facing observer again, but then we need to cover it, and then we are at 13 blocks, I think. This is already 9, 30 blocks exactly. So I have to come up with something here. This has push limit 11, so 9 blocks here and 2 slime blocks in the back. And yeah, that's a bit more expensive, but yeah, we can really afford it on SciCraft. Alright, we can use the whole machine now, I guess. Let's make another stone. Then we can push it out. Right, let's get rid of the 9th one, and then we can launch the flying machine. Very nice. Probably just gonna place the non-mover blocks in the back then, something like this. It's probably better, since we need to push the stone down. Alright, but apart from that, I think I can build up a larger machine now. So now the whole thing is 48 blocks long, and I already added the instant repeater lines. Those instant repeater lines are a new discovery by fellow SciCraft member Too Know to Name. And those are really one of those inventions where I say, why has nobody come up with this yet? So that's simple and that great. So you can see quite simple. Just need to update the rail here. So this is a budded rail line, and this would instantly reset. So it takes advantage of the update order of the observers. And I use 2 versions. So here I use the flat rail, since we need to update, need an observer next to each rail. In order to launch the flying machines in the back, I'm gonna use the version that's even more simple. So just uses an observer every 8 blocks, and you can just activate it here, then it would automatically reset as well. So maybe you can put some pistons in front, so you can see it is really instant. There's no delay at all. Bam. Alright, so I already put in the instant repeater lines for the stone generation. And here's the pushing out part. So I just need to give a block update next to this rail. So this is the pushing out part. And I'm gonna add the line for the whole launching mechanism. So now we got all the components. We can make stone here. Push it out. Launch the flying machine. It's a bit laggy with the light updates. And then use the other flying machine to push it down. Alright. So in total we need to go for a 288 by 288 area of stone blocks. So it's 18 by 18 chunks. And it's a also nice number because this flying machine is tileable in sets of 8 blocks. Same goes for this one. And 288 is dividable by 8. So this is perfect. Alright, so the flying machine is also returning, pushing it down once more, and then we could already continue with making new stone. And once this has returned, then we can launch this flying machine again. So the next thing we need to do is to add the redstone logic and connect the ends. But it's something for the next episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.